Welcome in. I hope all is well. This is the 2026 Pokemon Grand Challenge. I definitely appreciate you guys for pulling in and vibing out. This is my 11th match. I cut the recording short on my 11th match, so I don't have the tally up on this video, but this is definitely my 11th match. So let's get it going. Again, I definitely appreciate you guys for pulling in and vibing out. If you haven't already, please hit the follow button, like, subscribe, whatever it takes to support the community. We are real desperate for a win, and what do? They start off with an arc. Our worst scenario. All right, so let's figure it out. Okay, I'm coming out with an Incineroar and an Among Us. They also have an Incineroar, but with an Arclodon. So we're kind of like, we're very nervous. So I don't know how to go about this. But I remember last match I was able to get rid of somebody's arc with my Gengar. Real short, sweet, and to the point. But I want to do a quick fake out. But I'm hesitant because I know if I do it, it's going to raise his defense. And that's not what we really want. Even if I can get him out with the Gengar, I still want to avoid raising his defense. Because I know nothing on my team is going to cook him up. So he throws that Protect up, which pretty much got me like completely upset. I should have faked out his Incineroar, but I wasn't, again, I was so scared. I just wanted to like get him out the way. So he hits me with a knockoff. No Curse Body, which really would have been clutch. So now I'm like, I bet, let's do it. Destiny Bond, you're right, let's get the moves going, and then we gonna either Protect or Pardon Shot. I decided to go with the Protect, playing scary, which was my biggest downfall. So here comes this Politoed coming in. All right, so he's gonna get the Drizzle effect, which is gonna like really make this Electroshock hurt, which is really gonna make this move hurt. So here we go. We throw up the Destiny Bond. Who does the arc go for? We're hoping it comes for the Gengar. He's charging up the shot. He's charging it up. And who is he going for? That special attack. I think this move is such a cheese. And he goes for the Incineroar. So we're looking pretty good. I'm kind of pissed that it didn't work. I'm really pissed that it didn't work. And I don't want to switch out my Gengar. So I just go with the Phantom Force. Just to, as I know he's a little bit faster, and just to get that turn Cypher in. But because I feel like that's the whole point of me using Phantom Force, is just to keep him on the floor for an extra turn, even though it's very useful breaking through Protects, which is something that I learned along the way. But again, this is all of a learning experience. So he comes back out with the Incineroar, again lowering everybody's attack. I have to remember to keep ciphering my Incineroar, just to keep that going. So the Electroshock charges up. He's absorbing. I really hate this move. This arc is like the epitome of annoying right now. Like, it's just like you can't. I don't have nothing for it. So I hit him with another Pardon Shot. I'm really trying to lower his special attack. I'm really trying to do that. So now I'm just in this point of like, all right, so what do I throw in that's going to be able to tank this shot? Worst case scenario, if it hits, you know? So I feel, I already know my Among Us is going to be able to take more damage because of the way he's built. But again, the only thing that I can really hit him with is Spore, because I'm not too sure. I don't think he's prone to being, I don't think he can be poisoned. So I'm being very, very like cautious with this. I'm really not sure, but I'm trying to like keep that confidence going, if that makes sense. So we bring back the Among Us. Again, we're ciphering. I'm really trying to lower that attack by bringing him in and out of the match, as well as that special attack using Pardon Shot. So we come back in with Phantom Force, and it pretty much does nothing at this point. Alright, the Dragon Pulse hits, it clears Incineroar off the board. Like, this Mon is a monster. I don't even know why. I just don't know why. He hits me with another knockoff, which pretty much clears my Gengar off the board. So now we're looking at yet another L. But again, what do? We fight through. We play to the last mon. That is the only way. So we fighting through it. Again, if you guys made it this far through the video, you guys are definitely a real one. If you have any tips and tricks for new trainers that's getting into the VGC scene, definitely leave it down below. I really appreciate you guys for all the support you guys have been sharing. It means a lot, and it definitely do keep the channel going. So let's get back into it. So we're looking at Among Us. Again, I'm thinking about Rage Powder. Very indecisive. You see me going back and forth. I'm like, all right, let's just go to Rage Powder. High horsepower. Is it like, I'm really like, I don't know speed tiers as well too. So now I'm like, all right, is this Incineroar going to be faster than me? How much damage is it going to do? And we, again, that arc threw up another protect, which is like, you got to be able to call it. You got to be able to call those decisions. Is like, you can only make those like calls through experience. Hands down, you can only make those calls through experience. So we got him with a crit with the high horsepower, which is good. You know what I'm saying? It's really good, but he's lowering my special attack. He's lowering my attack. And there's not much else that I can really do. It's not like I could cipher in my Incineroar because he's been knocked out. Here comes the Politoed, which is going to bring, keep the drizzle going, which is also something that we don't need that's playing against us. So it's just like, all right, again, here we're stuck. We're a little bit confused on what we should do. So I'm like, all right, let me try to put this thing to sleep. And then like Grassy Glide on the Politoed, hoping for the best. Is, again, decision making is key. You have to be sure on where you want to go. Most importantly, you have to be sure on what the opponent is capable of doing. That is like the biggest thing. So he switches out the arc, throwing Incineroar because he has safety goggles on. So he kind of called my move knowing that I was trying to put that arc to sleep. He called that one. He definitely did. But again, only experience can make you like a little bit more unpredictable, which is why I try to stay away from like meta teams and stuff, because people are automatically going to know what you're equipped with. So, it's a learning process. The Grassy Glide wasn't that effective. He hits me with a Parasong, and now we're in like this tight corner. I use Spore. It's not effective because of the safety goggles. We're all juicing up off the grassy terrain. It is looking bad on our end, but we're still fighting through it. If you guys have any tips and tricks that can help new trainers, please drop it in the chat below. This is the Pokemon Grand Challenge of 2026. This is my 11th match. At this point in the tournament, I am looking bad. I've only brought in one win. It's been very stressful, but again, we fight to the very last mon. So let's get back to it. The Incineroar hits my Rillaboom with a Fake Out, and then they hit me with this Encore. So now I'm stuck in Grassy Glide, which isn't going to do anything to anybody at this point. The Politoed is immune to Spore because it's now a Grass Terror. The Incineroar is immune to it because of the safety goggles. I can't use Poison. I don't think I could use Toxic on the Politoed. Comment below if I was able to use the Toxic on the Politoed, because I'm looking at Toxic. I'm like, So I threw the Toxic on the Incineroar, But now my Rillaboom can only use Grassy Glide. So now we're screwed. Either way, we are like severely screwed. So now I'm just like, all right, I go back to my Among Us moveset, and I'm just like, yeah, we're gonna lock that Toxic ability in, and I can only use Grassy Glide. Very, very stressed out on this battle. But like I said, we fight to the very last mon. I hit that Terror, which is like obviously way too late. I was pissed this fight. I was really upset this battle. When I was doing the Grand Challenge, I was always like taking breaks between every 5 matches. I'll take a break. So for this Pokemon Grand Challenge, I felt like, you know, I came in with the right mindset, came in with the confidence. It's all just a learning process. So we're fighting through. We're definitely fighting through. Again, tips and tricks are definitely needed in the comments to help the community to grow. If you guys made it this far into the video, you guys are a real one. If you haven't already, please follow, like, and subscribe. It helps the channel to grow, and it means way more than you can possibly know. So let's get back to it. As you can see, the parish count fell down to 1, and I'm looking like, all right, this is it. Let's make it count. Let's do some damage. Among Us can only use Spore. You know what I'm saying? Like, we really got caught up with the Encore. We got caught up with not predicting that Grass Terror. Like, we were 150% screwed on this battle. He comes in, he does another move with Incineroar, he brings the Incineroar back in. So he's really good with, like, again, cycling the Mons throughout the battle. So that's something I definitely do have to get better with. Cycling my Mons for better matchups. And trying to predict that Protect. Remembering the items that could possibly be on other Mons. And I think I would be doing a lot better. So as you can see, he hits us with the Electroshock, which does way more damage because I water terrored my Among Us, being so scared of his Incineroar. But again, like, you know, it's a learning process. But again, appreciate you guys for the support. As you can see, the parish count came in and that was game. But again, appreciate you guys for the support. Please follow, like, and subscribe for more, and we'll be back with the following battles.